it gets worse because instead of actually fighting back with something that substantial actions for the people, the Democrats are just piling on against Trump in such like immature attacks that it's just really cringy. It's cringe, guys. It's so hard to watch. So Nancy Pelosi,
Orange Man bad.
Nancy Pelosi went on with Anderson Cooper, and he asked her about coronavirus and blah blah blah, and she somehow thought that meant it was Trump bashing time. Let's just take a look at the intelligence and the solutions she's giving the American people.
This we started with the president's comments about that anti-malarial drug, hydroxychloroquine. Madam Speaker, what's your reaction to the president saying that he's now taking hydroxychloroquine? Are you concerned?
Well, first let me say how happy I am about your new baby. How lovely.
Oh, well,
Wyatt, how perfectly named. We all know why that is, and congratulations. And as you now are a father, you see how important it is to keep the world safe for the children, As far as the president is concerned, he's our president, and I would rather he not be taking something that has not been approved by the scientists, especially in his age group and in his, shall we say, weight group, what is morbidly obese, they say. So I think it's not a good idea.
We started with the president's comments.
So we start talking about Anderson Cooper's son. Like, oh yeah, hi old friend, we hang in the same circles. We're rich oligarchs. So yeah, let's divert attention away to your son. And then she starts talking about hydroxychloroquine and how Trump can't take it because he's fat. Okay, first of all, like, let me just say this, and I've talked about this before. I've actually taken that years ago when I got sick all the time, and I haven't been sick since. And it wasn't just that. I mean, I took a Z-Pack and an inhaler. I used to get like literally coronavirus-like coughs all the time. And I haven't been sick since. I don't know if it works. A lot of people say it works for them. I think there's something deeper here. I'm not somebody that is an anti-vaxxer by any means, but I am somebody that questions why we trust Big Pharma all the time. Like, we trust Big Pharma when it comes to our health, but then we talk shit about them on every other level. We don't want them in control of our health care, yet we're telling people to rely on a vaccine that we know nothing about. And I don't think hydroxychloroquine is killing people. I just don't think it is. I mean, I don't see the harm in telling people to take that. That's just my personal opinion. And I think we can question where people's money funneling these sort of medications and Big Pharma's input is coming from. Like, we have to question that. If we're questioning everything else, it would be hypocritical not to question it. That doesn't mean I'm an anti-vaxxer. That just means I'm not necessarily comfortable just taking any vaccine. I've never even taken the flu shot, but I also don't get the flu. So there's that.
I have one thing to say. Vote Shahid Buttar. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please.
And even if you don't like,
needs to go.
She does. And even if you don't agree with everything he says, he's literally like going to go after the intelligence agencies, and he's going to go after the election issue. And that's something that's important. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
These are sick people, John. Oh. Sick people.
The worst part about this video is she's like, the kids, it's the kids, and she does not understand. She voted for fucking Trump's National Defense Authorization Acts.
Yep.
Every year he's been in office.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what does that money go to? The military-industrial complex.
Yep.
What does that go to?
Killing
bombs
kids.
Bombs that kill kids and civilians in the Middle East.
And rob us from money for the kids here and poor people here.
What does that money go to? It goes to sanctions that we put on Venezuela and Iran, and kids are fucking dying because of that shit. You care about kids? I can't keep going on. Okay, anyways.
So there's this
Shahid.
He's going to put this here. This is
Shahid made a post about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I really liked what he said, actually. Like Trump, Pelosi is very skilled at getting attention for acts of theater.
Theater.
Body shaming the president is a poor substitute for actually opposing his racist authoritarian policies. Her failure to do so and willingness to enable him are why we fail. Are why we'll replace Pelosi this fall. Boom.
I think everybody should go help Shahid up north. I want to go help him up north.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a 5-hour, 6-hour drive for us, and I think it's important.
When
and
is the
also-
election? Is it still going to be on a certain date, or did they twist it? Did
November.
they turn it and stuff?
No.
Oh man, really
November,
to tell you
yeah.
the truth, Shahid, he's got to get better too on election integrity issues. Not to say that he's been awful about it, but he really needs to have everything in place to protest this election when it comes through.
Yeah. Well,
and it's-
Demand to see the mail-ins, demand to see the voting. Do everything you can.
Maybe we should go up there.
We should. I mean,
Yeah.
he really needs to get on point with this stuff because they're going to cheat him. All right, they're going to cheat him good.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. She has a lot of support in that area. It's a big, high-money area. There's a lot of business people.
But there are also a lot of poor people.
There is. And there's college towns. There's pockets and avenues where Shahid can
Latino
take up a lot of
outreach.
votes.
And Republicans. Let's not discount Republicans who hate Pelosi. I mean, I'm talking like hate her as much as or more than they hated Hillary.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a group of people you want to try to talk to. Be like, look, we're getting rid of this woman, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I think that would be, if I were in his campaign, I would advise him, definitely go after the Republican vote. That's it.
And maybe, once again, I think the one thing that Shahid did is he kind of jumped on that Democratic establishment mentality of like Donald Trump is a criminal president, he's awful, whatnot. He should have just concentrated on Nancy and not there, because maybe Donald Trump would have said, and this guy, Shahid Batar. I don't know him. Baton. I don't know him, but you should vote for him. What's his name? He's an excellent man.
Baton.
Vote for him. But I know he doesn't want the endorsement from Donald Trump.
Yeah,
he is in that area. But once again,
you got to pick your battles, because I think right now you're not gonna. I mean, he would absolutely have gotten a lot more from Republicans if he was less anti-Trump. Not that he's not against Trump, but it's like, vocally, like, the issue has to be both.
Yeah.
So it's so ridiculous. This one person really tweeted what I felt like.
You gotta explain this to me right now.
Okay, so this person said, my landlord loved the video of Pelosi calling Trump fat so much that now we have rent relief for the building. This is, I mean, to me, it's such a great tweet. It's satire, right? Because nobody's gonna get helped by anything Nancy Pelosi just freaking said. Your rent is still gonna be high. Your landlord still can kick you out. We're not getting any money. We're not getting any of this. Yeah, but Nancy Pelosi, the neoliberals, they yas queen Nancy Pelosi all the time. Do you know what I mean by yas queen? Like, that's all they do.
Yas
like, literally.
queen.
So yes, we're all gonna have Medicare for all now just because Nancy Pelosi called Trump out. That is how ridiculous
I saw
it
the
is.
psych. The psych made it more.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Fam, another thing, and I know you love this, that the neoliberal left is doing, and neoliberal center, they are
To the right.
100% promoting
Fucking
censorship,
They don't
and
give a
just double
shit.
downing
They don't give a shit.
on the childish insults against Trump. They're making him look like a victim. They're making me side with him. They're making me like to have to defend the guy because he's right. And this is what they're doing. Everybody from Mika to Stephen King. So the New York Post. Joe Biden finally makes up nickname for Trump. President Tweety. That is news.
Great. Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
President Tweety. Oh, that's so nice.
Good job, Joe.
Oh, there's Mika. I will be reaching out to the head of Twitter about their policies being violated every day by President Trump. Hope my call is taken. Please retweet if you agree.
And it shows that, The Hill did a little report on it, whatnot.
We'll show that in a minute.
Yep.
And let me just read this one, too. The Independent, this is what they said. Breaking news. Trump is a child with doggy doo on his pants, Pelosi says, doubling down on doggy doo. I'm sorry. Where did she learn how to insult? We need to teach Nancy how to insult better. And then there's Stephen King, the guy whose books I've read. Trump needs TP for his bunghole.
Can I say it right?
He is cornholio.
Trump needs TP for his bunghole. He is cornholio. That's Beavis and Butthead. I am cornholio. I need more TP for my bunghole.
I can't.
Don't you remember Beavis and Butthead?
No,
I just did it perfectly.
Barely watched it.
Yeah, my impressions. Well, you guys are a little bit younger than me. I watched.
A little bit.
That was in the movie. He took a bunch of stuff, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He was taking a bunch of pills, and he was walking around. I am cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. So, I mean, obviously, that's what Stephen King, and he was all wired on speed doing it. And it was like his jaw was shaking when he was doing it.
Democrats,
Beavis and Butthead.
We're going to win. We're going to win by making fun of Trump and calling him doggy doo and doggy poo.
But this does kind of point out the fact that we have to say this right now. And I don't mean to say this because I said, what type of voter is out there. What's the majority of the voters? It's low informed voters are what we got. And everybody is so damn consumed, fam. We talk about it all the time. I know we're in a little bit pause. Some people are sitting at home and going crazy, but for the most part, people are consumed, not with just shopping and buying stuff and consumerism that way, but consumed with work, working their ass off 2 or 3 jobs. By the time they get home, they don't want to hear any boring, political news that we like thrive and we love to hear every single day. They just want to kick their shoes off, have a beer. So this shit kind of works. It's the simple stuff on the relaxed, overworked brain that really digs in there and has a big part of the low-informed voters to actually go out there and vote against Donald Trump. Because they haven't said, come vote for me. They said, just don't vote against him. Don't vote for the other guy. Has been their message for so long. And guess what? At the end of the day, it never works because we do have a decent pocket of people within this country who are smarter than the establishment makes them out to be. And they see through their bullshit. They see through their lies. Hopefully some people watch these shows and understand how there are lies, like Joe Biden. I mean, okay, Trump is bad, but what about you? Does that excuse your fucking actions all the time when it comes to using the intelligence agency to go after a duly elected president, a rightfully elected president, from going in and having regime change and then carpetbagging, taking money, making so much money off the blood of the people on the Maidan in Ukraine, his actions in China, his pushing for the crime bill, the bankruptcy bill. He was the first one talking about building a wall. I mean, what are you doing here, ladies and gentlemen? This guy is fucking evil. The Democrats are evil. And this shit right here that they're throwing at you, the Mikas and all the rest of the people, it's censorship at the highest level.
Mika's a propagandist. She's not a journalist. Like the majority of these people, they're propagandists. They're there to say the exact same things. They have to be okay to say whatever they say about people like Hillary, about anybody else. They are not journalists. They aren't even commentators. They're propagandists.